Alright, I got this 7-inch car navigation media player. So it's got a touch screen, it's got GPS, you can link it to your phone, and navigation and radio, and I'll be able to get my speed from this, from the GPS unit. I'll also be able to get maps, and we'll have a radio in here. So I got this 2DN player, and I've marked out on the dash where I want to get rid of this ashtray, and I'm not going to use this as part of the mounting unit, but I'm going to use this to lay out. So I'm going to lay this out, then I'm going to start building the box in here for that radio navigation unit to go in right there. So it'll go in right there, and we're gonna start there. Alright, I got the whole mount made for that touchscreen. It replaces the cigarette ashtray. So I got gas now, so I'm gonna go in here and finish the welding on the dash and keep grinding. That just showed up today, so, but you'll be able to touchscreen, volume, radio, navigation. Alright, sometimes simple is the easiest way, so that's what I went with, simple. I could have tried to fill all this in, but for what this is, a race car, it doesn't really need everything to flow. So, well, I'm done with this part. I'm gonna start welding the rest of it so I can put the rest of the gauges in, and then pull the gauges out, and then start putting filler in, get this dash done. I get this dash done, I'll be pretty close to putting the motor in, or getting started to put the motor in. I need to go over there, and I made that piece, I don't like it, I gotta cut it a little bit there so that dash flows the way I like. I really like how I got this one set up. This one flows really good. I'll be able to fill that with some filler, and I really got a really cool sander I'll show you in a minute, so I can come in here and sand all that stuff in this tight area. So I gotta weld the dash together there, and finish it up, you know, on each end. But it's almost done, but we got that done for now. Alright, I got hours, but I got this bead up on top ground down all the way around and smoothed in, and I used this finger sander I bought, and it allowed me to get in there and, you know, grind that stuff down, get in there. Alright, so now I've made a template, and I'm going to make up that spot there in the dash for the steering column. I got the touchscreen already done, and as soon as I get this done and all ground, I'll be ready to start putting some filler in this thing. Alright, so I got that plate cut out and tacked in now. So I'm going to weld it up and then grind it, and I'll be ready to start putting filler in on the dash once this piece is finished. Alright, I got everything ground down, and I put some poster board up here. So I'm going to come in now and shoot this all with some sandable primer, and then fiberglass over all the weld seams. Alright, I got it all shot with that sandable primer. It don't look too bad. So 20 minutes it'll all dry, and then I can start working filler metal, or filler in there. I'll put a fiberglass layer down first, and then I'll Bondo it, and it'll turn out looking pretty good. Alright, we're past all the metal work of the dash. Just got to do some filler and then install some gauges and some emblems and stuff. Alright, I got the first coat of glass. I scuffed it, you know, put some scratches on the primer. And now I've got the first coat of glass on. And kind of catch any pinholes that I can. So I'm around the worst parts here. When this all dries, I'll scuff it down. And then hopefully not have to put any more glass in. But start putting the light filler on. Smooth it all out. And there'll be stages of sandable primer in between each time. After I sand this, I'll sandable primer it again. And scuff it, and then hopefully I can go straight to the Bondo. We'll see if I got anything that I need to touch up. But we're over, you know, most of the welds that I'm worried about in this outer edge. And we'll build it up and see what it looks like, and then start using the filler. Alright, I got all the fiberglass roughed down. So I'm ready to go with the filler now. Put light coats of a really easy sand filler, and we'll get this all smoothed up. Alright, I got it primed and sanded again. Now I'm ready to put some filler in it. So we'll get her a little bit straighter each time. Ready to put some Bondo in here now. Alright, I got the first coat of filler on. And we'll let this dry, and then we'll sand it. Then we'll touch it up with it may take 3 to 5 coats. This just being a dash, it doesn't have to be as straight as the car would be, you know, if you was doing body work on a car. But we'll get this all smoothed up and looking good. And like I said, this is just coat 1. There may be 3 to 5 coats, touch-ups to get it all pretty. Most of this gets sanded off. It doesn't. You put on a bunch, and then you take a bunch off, and then you fill the spots in, and then sand and sand. Alright. Okay, the first coat of filler has been sanded. I got a few places, like you see this place is low. So I'm going to shoot with primer, and then I'm going to start touching up the filler. Like there's a wave in right here that I haven't got. So we'll do that last after we get the outside part smoothed up. We'll shoot with filler and then see what we got to do. Alright, I got the second coat of filler on. We're going to do that panel right there now. We'll let her dry, and then I'll scuff her down, and then we'll start fixing the little spots that need. It's coming along pretty good though. Alright, I put a third coat along this edge here and sanded it. I think I got it really straight looking now. So I'm going to come in here and prime it and call it for the night. We'll get a good coat of primer on it, and come back and look at it tomorrow, and hopefully it's not just me wore out from working on it for 2 days straight. So we'll get it into primer, and then the next video, if it doesn't work well, hopefully we're going straight to hopefully we're not still touching stuff up. Hopefully we'll go straight to painting it and putting the gauges in and stuff like that, and call that dash done. Alright, I'm going to paint it now. Alright, I got it shot in that sandable filler there, that primer. So it looks pretty good. I'm going to leave it alone for the night, and let that primer dry, and then come back tomorrow. I'll scuff it, and if it needs it, I'll put another coat of primer on it. I'm I'm really liking it for a dash that's not that bad. So I'm gonna probably put it in color tomorrow and start laying out for gauges. Alright, let's go look at it from the other side. Alright, this is what it looks like from this side. I think it turned out pretty good. So we'll lay the gauges out, scuff everything in that top edge. For all the butchering and heat warping and stuff that thing went through, I had to quarter it. So it got sectioned into 4 pieces and wrapped around the bars. And then, you know, sectioned this way, and then an extra piece put in back there. So for all the work that it had to go into that, I probably got a week or 2 weeks into this. I think it turned out pretty good. Alright, you like this kind of stuff, check back in.